When I saw this, I was like, what? We need to talk about the KitKats. Break me off a piece of that KitKat bar. This is a moment of food court that could be food court docket, could be criminal docket. Official statement. This is from 3 days ago. We can confirm that 12 tons of KitKat products were stolen while in transit between our factory in central Italy and their destination in Poland. 12 metric tons of KitKats. We are working closely with local authorities and supply chain partners to investigate. The good news? There are no concerns for consumer safety and supply is not affected. Thank you. When I saw this, I was like, what? And then the statement said, regarding recent press coverage. And I went, what press coverage? What press coverage? What press coverage? And so we had to look at it. But first, we also need to look at the responses. IKEA Canada. We have a warehouse if anyone needs one. What do we even call, what are we, IKEA, what are we doing? PayPal is in the comment section. May we recommend PayPal purchase protection? Takis USA commented, vote for chocolate covered Takis with the like button. There's 11,000 comments. Lipton Iced Tea said that's one way to take a break. Pop Mart USA said, we bet it was Duolingo who stole it. I mean, facts. It probably was Duolingo. Duolingo said, I can't read the Polish nutrition labels. KFC Deutschland said, have a break, have a bucket. Uno said 12 tons. That's more than the rules our players have come up with. Look, Uno, you can stack cards. You can stack cards. I don't care what you say. It's your game, but you can stack cards, Uno. Sephora said, it's supposed to be break me off a piece of that KitKat bar, not break into KitKat trucks. The North Face said, is this early April Fool's? I wasn't sure either. North Face, I did not know. What we do have is an actual heist that I thought was a joke that then became a social media literal frenzy. So we're going to take a look at an article about the heist. Then we are going to take a look at the social media heist memes, because the heist memes are fucking hilarious and I am here for it. But the heist is, in fact, real. The Great KitKat Heist, truckload of Formula One KitKats hijacked. So they are specific KitKats. They are Formula One KitKats. A truckload of over 410,000 special edition Formula One car-shaped KitKat chocolate bars was stolen in Italy by thieves posing as law enforcement. It sounds like the plot for a reinterpretation of 1969's original flick, The Italian Job, in which a British gang steals gold bullion in Italy and gets away in 3 minis. Only this is not the plot for a fictional movie. It's the real deal. The real McCoy, one might say. It's the real deal. This chocolate heist did happen on March 26th on a stretch of highway outside Turin. I hope I pronounced that properly. A truck loaded with around 12 tons of Formula One car-shaped KitKat bars vanished in one of the most unusual cargo thefts in recent European memory. Limited edition KitKat bars headed for the black market. The shipment produced by Nestle was no ordinary confectionery run. These were limited edition KitKat bars molded into miniature Formula One cars, complete with sculptured wings. Wait. Chocolate doesn't have wings. Sculpted wings. Stylized tires and intricate detailing designed to capture the imagination of racing fans ahead of the European Grand Prix season. So the detail is actually detailed versus some of the lawsuits we've seen where it's hyperbole. It sounds like they are incredibly detailed chocolate. So it actually has molded mini Formula One cars. Instead of hitting store shelves, they appear to have hit the black market. According to Italian authorities, The truck left a distribution hub near Turin late in the evening, bound for regional warehouses. Somewhere along the route, the vehicle was intercepted by individuals posing as law enforcement. Within minutes, the driver was restrained and removed. That's terrifying. By the time authorities were alerted, the truck and its highly specific cargo had disappeared. They drove off in the truck? Also, it is valid if you suspect that law enforcement might not be law enforcement to call 911 and ask dispatch to confirm that the person pulling you over is in fact law enforcement, especially in desolate, unlit areas. The driver was later found unharmed, but the chocolate was gone. At first glance, this might seem like a random act of opportunistic theft. Not a chance. Not a chance. Not a chance. Not a chance. No one's just pulling over a KitKat truck opportunistically. Not happening. But the details suggest otherwise. The shipment was not publicly disclosed, and its timing aligned closely with a coordinated marketing push tied to Formula One's surging popularity across Europe. That implies prior knowledge. Ooh, like an inside job? Cargo theft is hardly new in Europe. Food and beverage shipments are frequently targeted because they are easy to resell and difficult to trace, but this case stands out for its precision. These were not generic goods. They were a niche, time-sensitive, and branded in a way that makes them instantly recognizable. It says, which raises the obvious question: why steal something so conspicuous? The answer may lie in scarcity. Limited edition products tied to global brands often command a premium in secondary markets, particularly where supply is disrupted. With Formula One fandom at an all-time high, thanks to the Netflix series Drive to Survive and Brad Pitt's F1, the movie, these novelty items could quickly become collectible, especially if their official release is delayed or scaled back as a result of the theft. There is also a simpler explanation: speed. Now we're at Cars the movie. Speed! Unlike electronics or high-value components, chocolate requires no technical resale network. It can be moved quickly throughout informal channels, small retailers, pop-up markets, or even online listings before authorities can react. For Nestle, this incident is more than a logistical hiccup. Last year, KitKat became the official F1 chocolate bar, featuring a uniquely molded F1 race car shape, but still retaining the brand's popular wafer filling. This heist disrupts a carefully timed campaign designed to align with key races. Oh, I imagine the amount of money this disrupted in commerce is substantial. This is not an accident. I imagine that this has disrupted a very big marketing push. They have pivoted. Pivot! They have pivoted. They have absolutely pivoted. But there was a huge marketing push around this, which is wild. The heist disrupts a carefully timed campaign designed to align with key races, including the Italian Grand Prix. Marketing windows in motorsport are unforgiving. Miss the moment and the impact fades quickly. Well, they're making the most of the moment. We're going to talk about that. Italian police focus on organized crime. This is the next Fast and Furious movie. More broadly, this theft underscores the growing challenge for global supply chains as products become more specialized and campaigns more tightly coordinated. The value of information, what is being shipped, when and where, becomes as critical as the goods themselves. In this case, the information may have been the real target. Italian authorities continue to investigate, focusing on organized crime known for high-value cargo theft. Whether the chocolate resurfaces or quietly disappears into Europe's vast informal economy remains to be seen. For now, somewhere in Italy, a stolen shipment of Formula One-shaped KitKat bars sits off-grid. Where did the truck go, though? Because the truck's going to have tracking on it. Like, did the truck get dumped and recovered? Where is the truck? Most are probably already divided up and loaded onto multiple smaller trucks, heading for all parts of Europe. Perhaps in a few years, who knows? With the continued popularity of F1, we might see a movie titled Chocolate Grand Theft Auto. No. The KitKat Caper? Better. With the culprit and driver being a disgruntled ex-F1 racer? I don't know about that, but maybe. The social media around this has been absolutely wild. And we are going to look at the social media, but we are also going to look at the news today. KitKat launches tracker to help recover 400,000 stolen candy bars. KitKat is not sugarcoating its quest to find thousands of missing chocolates after thieves targeted the candy bar maker. Days after KitKat announced thieves in Europe had stolen an entire truck containing more than 400,000 of its candy bars, the company has launched a stolen KitKat tracker to help find the missing treats. Quote, someone really stole 12 tons. Is that pronounced tons the same way? TONNES of Kit Kats. And we really want to know where they've gone, KitKat said in their statement. We're going to take a look at the statement in a minute. The brand emphasized that the stolen bar tracker is not a stunt or an April Fool's joke, despite the timing of the announcement. Nestle had confirmed in a statement to USA Today that the thieves stole more than 12 tons, or about 414,000 Kit Kat bars off a truck leaving an Italian production site. Is your Kit Kat from the stolen batch? Track it here. Nestle launched the stolen Kit Kat tracker on its website. Help us find them. Use the stolen Kit Kat tracker. Oh, you're turning it into a scavenger hunt. I mean, there's going to be plenty of people who are like, bet. The tracker directs customers to find the 8-digit batch code on the back of their Kit Kat bar and enter it into the tracker. It then indicates whether the chocolate is from the stolen batch. If it's not, users are directed to help widen the search by sharing the tracker. It's unclear what happens if a user enters a batch code from the stolen lot. I mean, they probably ask where it is. Nestle told USA Today that if a stolen shipment is scanned by consumers or retailers, the scanner will be given clear instructions on how to alert KitKat, who will then share the evidence appropriately. Nestle also told USA Today that the goods stolen were the company's new Formula One car-shaped Kit Kat bars, not its regular chocolates. News of the chocolate raid went viral after KitKat shared a statement about the heist on X. The post has been viewed more than 132 million times. It also sparked a slew of other big-name brands issuing their own statements, and that's what we're going to take a look at next, because there is quite a lot that has happened. But I do think if you find a stolen Kit Kat, you should get a prize. The Kit Kat tracker on their website is literally the stolen Kit Kat tracker. It gives you a number. Find the batch code on the back of your Kit Kat, enter the batch code, and then hit enter. There we go. So with that, we're going to take a look at the social media response, because the social media response to this has been brilliant. And when they talk about the marketing moment can be missed, KitKat used their first statement, which we just looked at from 3 days ago, as an official statement to say, yes, this happened. Yes, this is true. And yes, this is our official statement. However, we're going to look at some of the other posts from KitKat before we go to some of the other brands. KitKat has gone on to continue to show their branding and the KitKat cars that do seem to be legitimate and do seem to be carved like the car. Apparently, they also made an entire F1 car out of chocolate. This was released March 4th. It's a massive, like, life-size chocolate F1 vehicle, which is crazy to me. But in releasing their statements, they have released several other official statements, and then other brands have jumped in. Official statement in response to our other official statements. Thank you for your interest in the missing Kit Kats. But just to clarify, this is not a stunt or an April Fool's joke. Someone really stole 12 tons of Kit Kats, and we really want to know where they've gone. So we've created a stolen Kit Kat tracker that lets you check your Kit Kat to see if it's from the missing batch. So if y'all thought when you saw this headlines that this was a joke, not a joke. Lipton Iced Tea responded with, I believe you, boo. Berea Pasta said, official statement in response to the official statement in response to the other official statement. Hostess Snack says, you just can't catch a break. Why is Dulles Airport chiming in? Dulles Airport said, hoping there's a break in the case soon. Thank you, Dulles Airport. So we're going to take a look at some of the other brand responses because I think it's hilarious. Our next one is from Domino's. After over 400,000 Kit Kats are stolen, Domino's unveils a Kit Kat pizza. Domino's on their social posts, official statement. We would like to share our thoughts and condolences with Kit Kat following their recent sad news. On a completely unrelated note, we're pleased to announce we'll now be selling a new Kit Kat pizza. That's their new Kit Kat pizza. However, those Kit Kats aren't the Formula One cars. Domino's. This is Outback Steakhouse. Official statement. Our hearts go out to KitKat following the recent incident. On a completely unrelated note, we're gauging interest in whether you'd like to see a KitKat dessert on the menu if we happen to acquire any large quantities of Kit Kats. Why is TurboTax in here? TurboTax with the bloomin' Kit Kats for the win. TurboTax, aren't you busy? Krispy Kreme. Official statement, 12 tons of KitKat go missing, and suddenly our Cocoa Crunch with KitKat donut is highly reordered. We're not saying we did it. We're just saying you can still enjoy a break. Come taste the evidence before it's gone. Coffee Mate, we said breaks, not break-ins with their Coffee Mate KitKat creamer. Jägermeister, official statement. We would like to clear things up once and for all regarding the incident after a Saturday night out. If you were as hungry as us, you would eat those 783,000 Kit Kats too. We are not sorry. We would do it again. We will not be answering any questions at this time. Jägermeister's in here with, I worked 10 hours and all I want are Kit Kats. I went out drinking. I worked 10 hours. I went out drinking and all I want are Kit Kat. All I want are Kit Kat. Jägermeister's like, we ate them. Now what? Denny's official statement. We would like to make one thing clear. Whatever happened to those Kit Kats happened between 1:30 a.m. and 4 a.m. and we were very busy. No further questions. Official statement from Lipton, in case anyone was curious. Lipton iced tea. Official statement. We would like to share our thoughts and condolences with KitKat following their recent sad news. Due to the gravity of the situation, we will be offering 1,000 bottles of Lipton iced tea to anyone who can provide new and or materially valuable information about the case. Wait, is that a serious post? You're trying to pay people for information with iced tea. When I say my entire feed became brands making jokes about KitKat, my entire feed became brands making jokes about KitKat. So at the end of the day, I thought that the KitKat heist was a complete joke. When I saw the statements posting up on social media, I was like, what? I think I saw Domino's first. I was like, what is this Domino's statement? And it's not April Fool's Day yet. I don't need to embiggen April Fool's Day on social media because social media already seems like, is this real life or not? And half the time, truly, is this AI or not? And so when the statement started rolling out, I was like, please not embiggen the April Fool's Day of it all. However, the heist of an entire truck full of not fuck tons, but actual metric tons of 400,000 plus KitKat Formula One cars is true. I imagine, though, that the sales of the KitKat Formula One cars over the Easter week are going to be unprecedented because now it is a meme and it is a meme that people are talking about. And even if people were not like, what we need this weekend is KitKat, now they are and are going to be like, KitKat's the thing because it has blown up all over social media because of course it has. I have seen posts from accounts of brands all over the world and I'm not surprised. But at the end of the day, the heist is actually real. The KitKat tracker is real. I mean, who knows if these chocolates have made their way out of Europe? I don't know. But I believe the Formula One cars were not a European exclusive. So I think there are more of them. I do not think the heist was marketing. I think marketing took the moment and went, what are we going to do? Like, what are we going to do with this? And then shifted it into a bigger conversation. But in a number of the posts from KitKat, they have said that the heist is truly not a joke. This did actually happen. Our KitKat truck was stopped in transit late at night by individuals pretending to be law enforcement, which happens. But it seems that they were able to pull over the KitKat truck, take the driver out of the truck, tie up the driver, and abscond with the vehicle. And where that chocolate is, we do not know. But in KitKat's official statements, they did release the KitKat tracker from their website. This is under their corporate brand website. So this is under the Nestle Corp website. And they have it connected to their social media accounts. So the KitKat heist is in fact real. There has not been a break in the case as of yet, but there have been a plethora of cheeky social media memes because at the end of the day, the driver was not hurt. The truck should have tracking on it and be able to be recovered, but the chocolate is now going to be in the wind and distributed, and KitKat has tracking, which doesn't surprise me. Of course, they have batch tracking, But KitKat has batch tracking on those and is going to try to track it back through where they were resold and will track that back over time. Because I imagine there will be people who will view this as a treasure hunt and be like, oh, I'll go buy some KitKat and put it in the tracker and see what happens. Because of course, people want to treat it like a scavenger hunt. Why wouldn't you? Will that increase sales of KitKat? Yes. Do I understand why people are like, is this a marketing ploy? I can understand. I can absolutely understand why, looking at these headlines and looking at the way it's rolled out in meme on social media, you would be like, this really feels like a social media campaign. I think that they have taken a situation that's going to cost them a lot of money and spun it into a social media campaign and not the other way around. And that takes a little bit of nimbleness. I imagine the company was like, oh, well, the news is already reporting this. What do we do? And I'm not surprised that the story went so viral because it's A, it's wild. B, they've made it a social media meme. And C, it's kind of crazy. And you don't see heists that seem like they're made for TV in real life all that often. Thanks for joining me. If you enjoyed this episode and don't want to miss updates on your favorite cases, you're going to need the Law Nerd app at lawnerd.app.com. That way you can stay in the loop on the cases that matter most to you, and you never know when you're going to catch feelings for a new case. So make sure you get it for free on iOS and Android. Thank you for being here, and thank you for being a Law Nerd.